Submitting senior portfolios has always been a cumbersome process, especially on paper. It's the first time we are making this entire process digital, paperless. Today, I'm going to walk you through this entire process step by step. My name is Dr. Saleem, and this is a presentation of the Instructional Technology Department at Patterson Public Schools. Let's start with the first thing first. Look for an email from your content supervisor or from the portfolio lead at your school, which reads something like this. It would say either ELA 21-22 portfolio documents links, or it might say SPED, Special Ed 21-24, 22 portfolio documents links, or it can also say something like this, which is for Spanish and SLA. You say 21-22 SLA portfolio links in Spanish. So one of these, depending upon the content, your subject area, you will receive one of these three emails. So start with this one first. So open the link in this email and it should look something like this. It will ask you to make a copy. So you click on the blue Make a Copy button and it will open up this document. It could be either ELA 21-22 portfolio document, or like I said, it could be SPED 21-22 portfolio document, or it could be Spanish portfolio documents. Each one of these items here on this page is a link. When you click on these red icons, red links here, all of these are the PDF documents. So when you click on that, just hover over any of these items and click on this blue link. When you click on blue link, it will open up the actual document. If it's a PDF document, it will open up like this, and you will have the complete document in front of you. If you click on any one of the other documents, the one with blue icons, the Google Doc icon, you hover over this and you click on the document link, it will not open up just like that. So you would have to click on this blue link underneath that. You click on that blue link, and again, it will ask you to make a copy of that document so that each one of you will have a copy of your own. So click on the blue Make a Copy button. The first thing that you need to do once you've opened up this student document, this is a rubric here. Let's go to a student document here. Let's say this is the literary task question 7. It's also a rubric. Let's go to question 8. So click on this document, make a copy. The first thing that you want to do here, go to the title of this document, and you're going to highlight the words copy of and replace these highlighted words with your own last name. Let's say if Saleem is the last name, so you highlight that, and the document is now personalized. Hit enter, and now this document is personalized with your own name, and it will be available in your drive, in your Google Drive. I can go back to, let's say, the main document also. I can also highlight the words copy of and call it a Saleem portfolio document links. So I hit enter. So I have these two documents now. And if I go back in my drive, I will see these two documents right there under my drive. So I'm going to click on my drive, and these documents, would show up as soon as I hit refresh on this page. They will show up right here. So these were the two documents which I've just renamed. If you remember that, I call it Saleem Literary Task document. These all show up under my drive. So this is where the same process you're going to repeat with all the other links in this particular document. So once you have customized or named these documents for yourself, then the entire document and the links within these documents would show up in your drive. The next first thing I want you to do is go to your Google Drive. So click on Drive and click on Shared with Me. So under Shared with Me, you will search for a folder that says School Upload with your name on it. So look for School Upload. If you don't see it right away, what you need to do is just click at the top in the search field here and type in School Upload. So I have here School Upload, let's say for Panther. This will show up under my Shared with Me tab here, Shared with Me tab here. And this tab, once you click on the School Upload folder, there are 4 folders underneath this particular folder. There are 4 subfolders. It's called ELA School Upload Panther. This for ELA. There are EPP forms. Then there's a math. So each subject area that is we are creating the portfolios for will have a school folder of its own. So I will just walk you through this subfolder here. So let's say, for example, if you are teaching language arts, so if you click on that, you will see underneath you have 2 subfolders. One called Student Submissions, ELA Student Submissions, and the other one is called ELA for Student Revisions. All the student work will go under Student Submissions, not under Student Revisions. Student Revisions is the folder where you will get the documents back, the portfolio back, in case the central office team or your content supervisor deems that it needs some revisions. So your work, and I'll walk you through those steps also, which will be done in Google Classroom, is done and how to transport the student submissions from Google Classroom into this submissions folder. So once you click on your content submissions folder, you will have your own named, teacher named folder. Once you click on the teacher's name folder, this is exactly where you will upload or you will move your student folders for review by the central office team or by your content supervisor. So this is these are the 2 things: opening up the links of all these documents, the student documents. That's the first thing. And secondly, to locate the school uploads folder. Once you have done these 2 things, we're going to move on to actually creating portfolio assignment for students in Google Classroom. And I'll walk you through those steps now. But before we start with the student assignments in Google Classroom, I would like you to do one last thing to make it easier for you to move the documents and the folders from Google Classroom into the school uploads folder. What I would like you to do is go under Shared with Me and look for School Uploads folder. And at the end of this folder, you will have your school's name. So that's how you determine. Right click on that. And I want you to click on Add Shortcut to Drive. What it will do, it will actually move a shortcut of this folder, School Uploads folder, into your drive. It will be much easier for you to move and also to search for this folder later on. So add shortcut to drive and go to My Drive by clicking on the right arrow here. Once you see My Drive at the top, just click on Add Shortcut. Now a shortcut has been added to your My Drive. So now let's move on to Google Classroom and create a student portfolio assignment there. This is a sample Google Classroom I have created for subject. It's not a specific portfolio classroom. I'm recommending to create an assignment, a portfolio assignment within your existing subject Google Classroom, whether you're teaching language arts, math, special ed, whichever subject you're teaching. Within that, just go to your regular Google Classroom and go to classwork. Once you're in classwork, click on this button, whatever the color is, create an assignment. Now your assignment must be named in a way so that it could be distinguished from all the other assignments in this classroom. So that means you're going to start with your own name. Let's say this is how I'm going to name this particular assignment, Saleem. And the next thing I'm going to do is put the year here, 21, 22, underscore, whatever the subject you're teaching, ELA or math, click on that, underscore. The last thing you want to do, the next thing you want to do here is put your school's name. So let's say here, I'm going to put Panther. And finally, I'm going to add the word portfolio. Now, what this will do, this will distinguish this particular assignment from all the other assignments in that list of assignments that we'll see in just a few minutes. If you want to add any instructions here, let's say work on all these assignments in whichever sequence you prefer, or any other instruction that you want to give, you can go ahead and add those instructions. Now we're going to attach those student documents that we had copied earlier. Remember, we had copied from the list of documents. We had copied those documents into our drive. So we're going to click on this triangle, the drive triangle icon. And once you click on this icon, this window will pop up. Because you have recently copied and added these student documents, so the easiest way for you to find those attachments or those student documents, that it will be under recent. So click on recent. You can also upload it if you have downloaded from somewhere. You can also go to your entire drive and look for those from there by clicking on my drive and then scrolling down. It will also be there. But the easiest way will be go to recent and click on. You can click on one document at a time, or you can click on multiple documents. So let's say I'm going to click on 2. So I'm going to press Control and keep on clicking other documents that I'm adding. Make sure that you're not adding the answer keys, or you're not adding the forms, any other form that a student should not be seeing. Because if you add those documents, then it will become an issue. So I'm going to hit Insert at the bottom right. And now these attachments, and I'm assuming for a portfolio assignment, you have at least 4, 5, 6, 7 tasks. So one by one, you can keep on adding more student documents to this. Now, this is very important at this point. Before you do anything else, what I would like to do, click on this drop down towards the right of each one of these documents or task documents, and click on make a copy for each student. If you don't do this at this stage, unfortunately, you'll not be able to edit it and add it later on. It is at the beginning of creating an assignment that you'll be seeing this option, make a copy for each student, because you want students to work on their own copies. So make a copy for each student, and now come to the right sidebar here. Now, if you want to assign this to all of your students, for all of your students in this class, so you're gonna click all students, or if you want to exclude some students, you can uncheck those students. If they don't need a portfolio assignment, just uncheck those students, and it will show up only for the students who are required to take the tasks, the portfolio task. The next thing is that you're going to add the point value. Do not leave, although this will give you the option to do it ungraded. I don't want you to ungrade it, because if you leave it ungraded, you cannot give it back to students once they have submitted for any kind of revisions. So I would recommend give it whatever point value you want to give to this assignment. Click on that, and the next thing, if you want to If you want to add any due date for this particular assignment, you can do that. Very important, I would like you to give it a topic, a portfolio topic, ELA portfolio, math portfolio, whatever topic you want to give it. If there is no topic that you see here, you're going to click on create topic, and you're going to create a new topic and add that topic. Because I have the topic here, so I'm going to click on portfolio, and then all has been done at this point. So all I'm going to do is now assign. Now this assignment will show up on student Google Classrooms, and they from this point on, they will start working on that. In the next section, in the next segment of this screencast, I'll walk you through the process of now receiving student submissions, grading them, and then uploading or moving them to the school uploads folder for your administrative team revisions. So let's assume at this point that the students have completed their portfolio assignments and they have turned in or submitted their assignments. At this point, you will go to your Google Classroom and click on grades. Once you click on grades, you will see all the assignments in these columns here. You will go to that assignment that says the portfolio. So you have, this is the assignment that we had created before. Let's say this is Saleem, school name, English language arts, portfolio assignment. I'm going to click on that. And once I've clicked on that particular assignment, what I'm seeing is all the assignments that have been submitted. If you look at here, this is one of the sample student, and it says 8 attachments. So 8 documents have been submitted back to the teacher. So I'm going to now go to each one of these documents and give my feedback. So let's click on the first student here, sample student. And once this opens up, this is where you will see all of these 8 tasks for that portfolio assignment that this particular student with her name on it has already submitted. So I'm going to go to the first one, and now I'm going to give my feedback. So let's say I highlight this segment, and I'm going to give my feedback on this. And to do that, I would have to highlight that particular part in that in that document, and then hit add comment. So I'm going to add comment here. It needs some revisions. Take out the first sentence is redundant. Avoid using passive voice. Use active voice. So this is the kind of feedback that the DOE is expecting, your administrative team is expecting, that you're giving a detailed feedback throughout this entire document. So one by one, I'll go through the other documents. Let's say I have this task. Let's go to another one here. I have this task here, and I have an extended responses here. So I'm going to go here and give my feedback. I notice personal voice and expression in your sentences. It displays your personality and your expressive writing. Try giving at least 2 more examples to support your argument. So detailed feedback, and now I've added that also over here. Once done, add a reply, and this has now been added over here. So this can go back and forth between you and the student. Once you done, then you come back here and you want to give a grade, give it 100 out of 100, 90 out of 100. And then it is at this point that you can also add some private comments at the bottom. Work on revising task number 4 and post this now and another comment, private comment that has been added. It will go back to student. Once you're done with this, then you can click on return this submission, or just hit return here, this blue button to the right, and it'll ask you to confirm this. You're upgrading 1 grade and you're returning this to students. Yes, hit return, and now this has been returned to the student. Now, you will repeat this entire process of feedback for other students, and this is the easiest way to go to the next student. You have the student name at the top. Just click on the right arrow or the left arrow, whatever it is, and you can go to the next student. Now, all the documents for the next student show up here. This list. You will do the same thing for the next student, and you will give your feedback one by one on each one of these assignment tasks, and then give the total grade, whatever grade you want to give, and then hit return. I had told you to add the point value when we were creating the assignment. If you had not put in the point value, you will not see the option of returning this to students. So that's why it's very important, whatever point value you want to attach to this assignment, that you assign that point value at the point of creating this assignment. Now, let's assume that all the student work has been submitted, feedback given, and everything seems complete. It is at this point that now you're going to transfer the student work as evidence along with the EPP documents to the school uploads folder. So I'll walk you through those steps now. So go back to your Google Classroom, the main page here, go to classwork. It is on this page that you will see here at the top right here, class drive folder. Click on class drive folder. Here you will have the complete list of assignments for this class. You will go to that particular portfolio assignment. So click on the portfolio assignment. Once you do that, you will see all the student work, all the assignment that the students have submitted, the assignment that you've returned, and the assignment they have turned in. All of them would show up here on this page. So now it is at this point you will have these assignments as files. There won't be any folders here. So we need to create now blank folders for each of the students in this portfolio class. So I have here, for example, I've created a portfolio here for one of the students here by naming the student and then adding the word portfolio so that we can know that this is a specific portfolio assignment. So at this point, you're going to click on New and click on folder. So you have folder. I'm going to create a new portfolio folder for my next sample student, Rita Rute portfolio. Hit create. So likewise, I have the third student here. I'm going to create another portfolio folder, blank portfolio folder, call it test student Saleem portfolio. So now I have 3 blank folders for the 3 students in this portfolio class. So I'm going to now select all the assignments that the student Kelly Charles has submitted. I'm going to click on those. I'm going to drag them one by one or all of them at once. So I have selected all of these by pressing the command or the control button. And now I'm going to drag all of them all the way to the folder where Kelly Charles is, and I'm going to put it under Kelly Charles portfolio. It will ask me that there's a change in the access, and I'll say move. So all of these assignments have been moved to that folder. So if I click on Kelly Charles portfolio now, the documents which were there in the main assignment page are now under Kelly Charles portfolio. So I'm going to go back one step, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for other students also. Let's say I have here Rita Rute as the next student. So I'm going to press command and then keep clicking all of these assignment tasks. And I'm going to now drag these also into Rita Rute's portfolio. And I'm going to hit move. Now remember that we are doing this at a stage when we deem all the assignments have been completed. These will be evaluated and reviewed by your central office team and the portfolio leads or your content supervisor. But now we're making it ready for them to take a look. At this point, now that we have moved these documents into individual student folders, it is at this point we're going to click on each individual folder and right click and click on the word move. Remember, with the entire folder being move to, now we are moving this folder to the school uploads folder that we had added a shortcut to in my drive at the beginning of this process. So this window will pop up. Once this window pops up, click on that back arrow at the top left in this window. Keep clicking until I see my drive. Now remember that we had created a shortcut to school uploads in my drive before from shared with me. So we'll scroll down at this point. If you scroll down here, and here it is, the school uploads Panther. This is the folder we had created. So we're gonna hover over that particular school folder. This was our sample folder. So I'm gonna now click on that right arrow. Once over there, I'm not clicking on this right now. I'm gonna click on the right arrow here, and now it's giving me the 4 subfolders we have seen before for each subject area. So let's say I have to move it to the ELA folder. So I'm going to go to ELA School Upload Panther. Again, click on the right arrow here. And then now I have here the 2 options. Remember I told you there's a submissions folder and there's a revisions folder. I'm not going to touch the revisions folder. I'm going to click on the arrow next to the submissions folder, not the revisions folder. Revisions folder where you will get the assignments back if the central office team or your content supervisor deems that it needs some revisions. So click on the submissions folder, and then you'll see your name, your teacher's name. So this is a sample teacher here we have been playing around with. So we're going to click on the arrow next to this name, and here I'm going to move all the documents, all the folder. So I did with one folder. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other folder. This will also give you an option to see the entire process once again. So I'm going to go back to my class folder in the Google Classroom. This is my class folder, and I'm going to go to the ELA assignment. ELA portfolio assignment. And now I have the second student. I'm going to right click on that particular student's folder. We have already moved all the student tasks here. And then again, I'm going to click on Move To. The small window will pop up, and I'm going to start clicking on the back arrow until I see my drive. I see my drive here now. I'm going to start scrolling down until I see the school uploads Panther. Remember, this is the school we were working with. Just going to right click on that, and I'm going to go to my subject area. It's my subject area. Again, I'm going to go to student submissions. Right click there. This is my teachers folder, which has already been placed there by the central office portfolio team. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to move here. So I'm going to move now. So at this point, I've moved all the student portfolio folders in the school uploads folder. Now, this particular folder has double, triple access with your school leads and with the central office review team. They will start looking at these assignments, and if they deem that these assignments are complete by the DOE rubric, they will take it out from there and they will put it in their final portfolio folders for onward submission to DOE. If not, then these assignments will be sent back along with an email back to that revisions folder under school uploads. So remember, we've seen one submissions folder, and there will be another revisions folder. These assignments will pop up in your revisions folder along with an email from your content supervisor or from the central office team, which will tell you that we need to further work on these student tasks in order for them to comply with the DOE graduation requirements. I know this has been a whole lot, but this is the first time we have done this, and hopefully this step-by-step walkthrough will help you move through this process. So all the good luck for your work, and all the good luck for graduation for Patterson Public School students. Have a good day. Bye-bye.